Hi guys, so today I'm going to be going over how to set up completely a Helium Mobile Indoor Hotspot. I just ordered this a couple days ago and I ordered this last Sunday night. It showed up on, I think it was Wednesday. So, pretty quick to get this package and everything, so I'm happy about that. Now, you'll see everything's out of the box already. It comes in a cardboard box, and you will receive a few different things here. So you'll get a box that looks like that. Inside, you'll get this information card. You'll get the hotspot itself. You'll get a power cord. You'll get an Ethernet cord. Both of these are about 6 feet long. They're 2 meters, it says. And you'll get a mount, and then it comes with a little bag of a couple screws inside. And then you will also need a phone that you're going to install the Helium Mobile Builder app on. You'll have a link for that in a minute. And either a tablet or a printer or a computer or something so you can pull up the instructions on how to set up all of this. So, as I said, inside of this information booklet right here, you get a QR code that will link you to a website, which I did already pull up on here. So 1 second here. All right, it pulls up this page right here, and you will want to select Hotspot Get Started Guide, and it will pull up Helium Mobile Hotspot Indoor Setup Guide. I'm gonna run through these steps really quick with you, so hopefully maybe it'll help make sense if there's something that might be a little strange here. But basically, they highly recommend that you open the guide on a computer or tablet and print it out and print out the guide instead of following it on a smartphone that'll be used to run the app and register the hotspot. You will want to get out the hotspot, get it out of the plastic here. I'm doing this with a phone, sorry. It's my first actual video here, but take the hotspot out of the package, and now I have to be careful because on the corner right here is a QR code that contains a username and password for the router for setup, and hopefully I didn't just show it back there. But anyways, you will want to take that hotspot out of the packaging, get out your power cord and your Ethernet cord, because we're going to connect this stuff to your router in order to get it updated. Now, your setup requirements: you'll need an iPhone with iOS 14.0 and up, or Android smartphone with Android 11 and up, and then you'll need a wired broadband connection as well. So you got out the hotspot, it's out of the plastic. I'm trying to pick it up here, bear with me. Now you will want to attach one end to a LAN port on your router with the Ethernet cable. So I'm not going to physically do that because my stuff is in a closet and it's a little too small. I will show you at the end how it's done though. But underneath the router here, you'll see a couple different ports. And the left-hand side port it has a black cover on that. You'll want to leave that on there. We're not going to use it. Your Ethernet cord will go on the right-hand side port. The other end of that cord will go into your router, typically the slots are blue. And then your next step from there is to insert the power cord into the right-hand side. There we go. The right-hand side power port plug right there. Now, once you have those plugged in, what will happen is the hotspot will get an internet connection from the router and it will start doing a firmware update. You do not want to continue on with the rest of the steps until all 4 of your lights are either on or blinking green before moving to the next step. Your next step is to click one of these links to download the Helium Mobile Builder app. So I did click that, and this is the app. This is the correct app. It's Helium Mobile Builder by Nova Labs Inc. You download that and install it. I'm going to go ahead and open it. Now, this is the reason why I actually bought this hotspot, is because they're doing a beta test of carrier offloading, which means people who are still on carriers like T-Mobile or who's some of the others, Verizon, AT&T, things like that. These hotspots are actually capable of taking some of that data and offloading it off of the carrier networks. You will receive a reward for that. So for now, we're going to go ahead and click off of this little notification. The next step is to either click login or sign up for a Helium Mobile account. If you're a subscriber to Helium Mobile Cellular, you already have a Helium Mobile account and can use that specific account to log into the Builder app. Now I am logging in as we speak. I can't show you on the screen because obviously my password would be insecure then, so I'm going to pause this video until I get logged in. Once you enter in your email and your password, if you have two-step, this is where you would enter your 6-digit secure code from the two-step authentication app that you use. Okay, so once you get authenticated and get logged in, this is the first thing you'll see on your screen. It'll ask you to allow Helium Builder to send you notifications. Just hit allow, and it'll show you your list of hotspots that you have, which, if you're like me, this is your first one. So you've gotten logged in. They give you a couple different options if you're not like a Helium Mobile cellular service subscriber yet. So say you don't have an account at all, they give you a couple different options and explain to you how to do those. So when you're prompted, allow the Helium Mobile Builder app to use your phone's location to determine the location of the hotspot. Once the location is determined, you'll be able to edit it or choose the location reported by your phone to proceed to the next step. So it didn't ask me. So I guess, yeah, it didn't ask me to allow the location. That's okay, we will continue to the next step, and if something's wrong, then I'll just reshoot the entire video. So step 6 is to connect to the hotspot. Please make sure you have Wi-Fi enabled on your phone before proceeding, which mine is. Okay. When prompted, allow the Helium Builder mobile app to use the camera and scan the code on the back of the hotspot. Alternatively, you can enter the hotspot network credentials manually located on a QR code sticker. The network name and password are only necessary during this onboarding process. If you're not able to connect to the hotspot network, please make sure your phone is in direct line of sight of the hotspot. So they want us to connect to the hotspot. And reading through these instructions, it appears that there may be a step missing that they did not tell us to do in these instructions. So there's the QR code instructions. Register your hotspot. Registration can take up to 10 minutes. Hotspot deployed. Okay. So they skipped a step in here. So as you can tell, this is the setup where you plug it into your router and your power outlet. I went and did that. That's why you see that the stuff is gone. Like I said, I have a tiny closet. I can't really, there's a lot of stuff in there. So the firmware update on my hotspot is complete. I do have 4 solid green lights now. I think the second one from the left is flashing, which that's a globe light, typically means internet. So obviously it's transferring some data. I did download and install the Helium Mobile Builder app. I logged into my account. And then it says set your hotspot location. So there's a step that they did not tell us. When you allow the notifications. It'll show you my fleet. It appears that the next step would be to click deploy Helium Mobile Hotspot. I have an outdoor one coming, so if you like this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do the outdoor one. So, mounting tips. Face your users. Hotspots create coverage from their front disk, that big disk that's on the front. Objects composed of metal and water may block or reflect the signals, but the signals can pass through glass if the glass is covering outdoor areas. Line of sight. Ceiling mounted hotspots usually have far less obstructions and a clearer line of sight, providing faster speeds. Use the mount. Remember that little mount that I showed you that was in that package right there? That slides onto the bottom of the hotspot. You would match the shape of the two slots on the bottom and then it will stand up and look like that. Use the mount. Need to mount on a flat surface? Use the included mount to allow you to direct your signal towards its users. Now, they give you the instructions here too. Cool. Attach power and Ethernet. Connect one end of the Ethernet cable directly to a LAN port on your router. Connect the other end of the Ethernet cable to the hotspot. The available slot on the hotspot will be the one that does not have that black cover on it. You leave that black cover on there so you don't get confused. Connect the power cable to your hotspot. Then you will wait for all 4 lights to be on. All 4 lights are on. Okay, here we go. Now we provide the location permissions. So when we were following all these instructions, they're already in the app, it appears, but these instructions skip the fact that you need to go through the deploy section on the app. Now we can provide location permissions. Continue. Precise while using the app. Where are you deploying your hotspot? Your location will be monitored and verified. Rewards could be lower if your chosen location does not match the actual location. Okay, quick explainer on this. Back in the day, people used to run a bunch of these types of hotspots for Helium and they were spoofing the location. So somebody would order, say, 100 of them, and they would spoof the GPS location on them to be in 100 different, what they call hexagons. So each of these would receive full rewards when really they're just sitting on a shelf in the same location, basically farming off of each other. So there was a lot of abuse with that in the past. Hopefully they are checking locations now, because it would be disappointing to be almost to 2025 now and we still have the same problem. So hopefully that's not the case. Now, the purple hexagons on the map represent boosted locations. So we'll do choose. Whoops. Go back. Edit. Can we zoom out? Drag to fine tune. Okay, so we can zoom out. Can we pull this down? No. All right, well. Purple hexagons represent boosted. Oh, no. Represent boosted locations. What is going on? Okay, so this is a little clunky maybe. I don't even live in that town. Good, I'm not going to dox my location now. Anyways, so start typing address. I'm going to type in my address. I'm actually going to test another address in town to see if it represents a purple hexagon. So I'm going to type that in and we'll see what happens. I'm typing it in now. So it puts me to that address in town, and it appears that there are no purple hexagons whatsoever in the entire area. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make it go back to my location, which it just did. Now I'm going to click Done Editing. Purple hexagons on the map represent boosted locations. Congratulations to whoever's in a purple hex. Okay, so we'll hit choose. Camera permissions. We'll use your camera to scan the QR code on the hotspot box. So, this box that I showed you that the hotspot came in right here, on the back of it, I'm not going to show you my QR code. I'm actually going to try to cover this stuff a little bit. There. On the back of it, you'll see some barcodes, and you will see under my fingers right there was the QR code, the network name, and the password. So you'll want to scan that QR code with this, and so you don't have to go all the way to the closet and get the router if you already have it and it's really far away. So allow Helium Builder to take pictures and record video while using the app. Okay, so now it's looking for that QR code. I'm going to scan it. Allow Helium Builder to find, connect to, and determine the relative position of nearby devices. Now, in order to connect to your hotspot, you need to allow that. So now it's going to search for my device. Hopefully it finds it. Maybe I have to move closer. So I'm only about 15 feet from it right now. And if I have to move closer, then that's what I'll have to do. So I'm going to give this just a moment. I'm going to pause this video and I'll be right back. Oh, it found it. Helium 9016. So if you take a look on here, it will show you Helium 9016. So that's your device. Okay. Now you press connect. So now while I wait for this to connect, I'm going to pause the video and then I'll start back as soon as it's... Okay, so it looks like I have an issue with my hotspot right now even though the lights are on. So I'm going to have to take a moment and go and look in the closet and see what happened. I'll be right back. Alright, so my router does have 4 lights on it. I haven't done anything to it. This obviously means that everything's connected, so I'm going to give this a retry and see what happens here. And again, I have this error again. I'm going to try a different port on my router this time. Okay, so after a half an hour of fighting, I finally resolved my issue. So I run a network of wireless routers in my house. It's made by TP-Link called Deco, D-E-C-O. It's wireless mesh routers. Each one of these devices communicates with each other. That way, as you move throughout the house or around the property or something like that, you won't lose Wi-Fi connectivity as quickly as with just one router due to line of sight issues, things like that. So I have 5 of these things around my property. I had the Helium hotspot plugged into one of them, which was... So I have the main one, which connects to my router, and then the other 4 are what I will label as like satellite units, basically. So I had it plugged into one of the satellite units in a corner of my house where I could aim the hotspot appropriately. Unfortunately, it was saying that it was not receiving an internet connection, even though all 4 lights were green. Clearly, it was receiving a connection. I even checked in my router settings and everything. Updated my firmware, all that. So I plugged it directly into my router before any of the wireless stuff takes place. So I have a cable that comes into my house. I have the cable modem. I have an Ethernet that goes to my router. And then from that router, I have the Helium Mobile Hotspot plugged into that now. So it's as close to being outside as possible. Now, I successfully connected, and you'll see on my phone here that it says continuous connectivity. When you enable this, you provide uninterrupted people-powered network access for subscribers who've reached their rewardable data limit. Interesting. So you can offer them continuous connectivity, and you can limit their speed. as low as 10 megabits per second up to 100 or unlimited. You can always change the setting in the Manage Hotspot tab. Now, the next screen here is the one that I'm super interested in. That's why I actually ordered the outdoor hotspot too. A little bit about that. So I ordered an indoor hotspot and an outdoor hotspot on the same day within the same 10 minutes. I got the shipping notifications within the same 10 minutes the following day. UPS received both packages at the same time on Monday. Wouldn't you know that the indoor hotspot made it here by, I said it got delivered Wednesday. I think it arrived Thursday. Wouldn't you know that the outdoor hotspot is still sitting somewhere between Ohio and California and won't be here until Monday afternoon? And we pay $27 for that shipping quality. Why? I don't understand it. Especially when I also ordered a SIM card last Sunday and it showed up Tuesday. So USPS beat the crap out of US Postal Service beat the crap out of UPS by almost a week for this outdoor hotspot. It's crazy. Anyways, sorry for the rambling there. Anyways, carrier offload beta. This is what I'm super interested. When you enable this, your hotspot is eligible to transfer data from subscribers of carriers other than Helium Mobile. Data transfer is unrewarded during the carrier offload beta period. Okay. So basically, we are participating in testing for Helium, who is working with the big carriers like T-Mobile and such to offload some of their data on like heavily used towers, or say there's a T-Mobile customer in my area and there's a dead spot down the road, but they can connect to my hotspot. Well, now they got signal. What do you think of that? So if you can enable or disable this, enabling it does not guarantee that your hotspot will be included. You can always change the setting in the Manage Hotspot tab. We'll hit next. Now, enable Helium Wi-Fi. It provides free connectivity for your community. This is interesting. I'm going to leave it. Let's press this little information button to find out some more about it. It's a new feature that provides additional functionality for Helium Mobile hotspots by offering connectivity for everyone, even if they're not a subscriber yet. They added it because builders have requested a way for the hotspots to provide free Wi-Fi to patrons and users of their host, like shops, restaurants, parks, etc. This feature is another lever that builders can use to get hotspots into locations with high footfall and slow-moving people. Okay, I understand this now. A venue offering free Wi-Fi. They would not need a separate device to share internet access for patrons. Helium Mobile Wi-Fi includes an internet access portal. Small businesses often do not have the technical resources to set up an internet access portal and often settle for an SSID password system that offers subpar user experience. So basically, here's an example. You go to a hotel, Hotel XYZ. They offer free Wi-Fi, but you have to type in a username and password in order to get in. And you have to hope that your device that you're using finds their Wi-Fi. Then you got to type in the username and password. You got to make sure that this is all correct and things like that. This access portal eliminates that noise. The owner of the internet that's being shared, they can customize data limits to ensure that Helium Mobile Wi-Fi doesn't strain the backhaul network, preventing disruptions for other guest or internal users. Helium Mobile Wi-Fi covers all the service terms so the venue can offer secure and compliant internet to its patrons. So how do you enable it? You would go into your Manage Hotspot settings. You would click Helium Wi-Fi, enable it. Let's get that little funny guy out the way. Enable it right there. And then the hotspot will start broadcasting another SSID called Helium Free Wi-Fi. Anybody in the range can connect and get internet access after accepting terms and conditions. What kind of devices can connect? Anything with Wi-Fi. Laptops, tablets, phones, even cars. Will hotspots earn rewards for data consumed through Helium Mobile Wi-Fi? No. The users of the Helium Mobile Wi-Fi will not push paid data to the network for the initial free service tier. We'll look at options for a paid premium tier for future releases. And then they talk about some other features that they have. It tells you what you can tell your guests if you have the Wi-Fi and stuff. Why does a guest need to enter their email, their name, and zip code? It's legal requirements. They don't sell the data, but they plan to market their products and services to these users. Basically, Helium in the future plans on marketing, hey, we have Wi-Fi access at 100,000 hotspots throughout the nation, or, we have 50% coverage in this big giant city, and for $5 a month, or I'm just throwing a number out there, for $5-10 a month or something like that, or $5 a day. I don't know what it would be. You can get access to all these hotspots that way. You don't have to worry about dealing with slow mobile coverage or something like that. All right, so go back here. I'm going to turn this off. I live in a rural area. I already have Wi-Fi. I don't need to broadcast yet another network. You can always change the setting in the Manage Hotspot tab. Well, I just doxed my location. So now it's asking me if I want to register this hotspot. You would actually see this hotspot on a map. So there it is. I'll show you the entire screen. Now, we're going to go ahead and register it. Please keep your phone close to the hotspot and do not close the Builder app. It can take up to 15 minutes. Now it's submitted a create hotspot transaction. Now it's verifying it. Sorry if this video is a little bit shaky. I'm going to try to hold my phone better here. This is what I get for trying to start this stuff. Okay, so now it fetched and received an onboard hotspot transaction. Now it's submitting it. Now it's verifying that the hotspot has been onboarded. It seems to be moving pretty quick. Now it's setting Wi-Fi preferences. It seems to be moving pretty quick. I'm guessing that there's not a lot of congestion on the Solana network right now. So unless this thing hangs up for a length of time or something, I'm just going to keep on recording. It's setting Wi-Fi preferences now. I'm very curious to see whether or not I can put this back in that closet, for the simple fact that I don't want to mount this thing to my ceiling. I want to sit it on its stand in the closet where it can be directed at my road, actually. Now, the hotspot's deployed. Congratulations. It might take up to 48 hours for your hotspot to start earning mobile rewards and appear on the Helium Mobile Coverage Planner. My hotspot's name is Hot Lava Goose. All right, so we'll go back to the fleet here. It was empty. Now it should be. There's the first one. Click it. It's indoor Wi-Fi, online. Obviously, there's no data transferred yet. Last heartbeat 47 seconds ago. That's cool. Now it's probably examining the network that the network that it's connected to and things like that. So that's cool. We'll let that go through. There's a hotspot dashboard. Let's take a look at that. Welcome to the Helium Mobile Hotspot dashboard. It allows you to remotely manage mobile equipment on the network using one unified platform. All right. So that's pretty interesting. Maybe I'll do a video on this in the future if you guys are interested. I'm not going to type in my information right now. I'm just going to back out of there, check on this again. So that's probably going to take some time to load. So this is my hotspot. We'll click the earnings tab. Obviously it hasn't earned anything yet. Rewardable periods end at 1 a.m. UTC. That is 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Rewards can be claimed in your wallet account. There's 4 hours left in the day. My previous rewards, obviously I don't have any. Let's jump to the wallet. So my current wallet has 66,736 tokens, mobile tokens in it, and that is all from being a Helium Mobile subscriber. They goosed me maybe twice. I don't know. Hotspot deploy. Oh, that's cool. So they goosed me. I got 5,000 because they're doing this little promotion. Where every hour, I think they pick 20 users and they send them a non-transferable NFT. That's technically called an NTT, but we'll leave that alone. And then when you get that, you also get 5,000 mobile tokens. And those go straight to your wallet, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously I need to get some Solana in there if I want to transfer these tokens, but these tokens right here I can actually send to like Coinbase or send to another user or send to a self-custody wallet. That's another thing. If you want to talk about that, I can do another video and try to be a little more maybe professional about it. These phone records I'm not happy with, sorry. So below is a breakdown of your hotspots payouts. We already showed you this screen. That's the earnings tab. You can do a 7-day or a 30-day screen there. Let's see what manage is all about. We can update the installation, so change our address. Transfer ownership, so right now this thing's locked to my wallet. Let's click that. Enter the wallet address of the new owner. So if you were to give this to somebody or move it to a different wallet maybe or something like that, you would have to transfer the ownership there. The wallet that you're provided through Helium Mobile, that is not a self-custody wallet. They manage your keys for you. So if you're the type of person, which everybody should be, if you're the type of person that believes not my keys, not my crypto, then it would be wise to maybe move your rewards to a self-custody wallet if you want to. All right, I think that covers just about everything, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. If you have any new video suggestions or anything like that, please let me know. 33-minute long video. I hope that I was able to cover everything very clearly for you. And really, this was my first real video ever. So if you don't mind giving me some feedback, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.